So, you did a wonderful job once again. So this week we were talking about the top tools for learning in 2018 and kind of how they or which ones hold the greatest promise for your field of dietetics and my field of education. So you kind of talked about two different tools that you think hold the most promise. So you kind of started with LinkedIn. And you talked about how it's important to use LinkedIn to network. That way, recruiters can kind of see if you're interested, kind of find out more about you. And LinkedIn, can grow the field of dietetics and help you to make connections. Um, you know, in education, I don't use LinkedIn. um, I didn't even have a LinkedIn until this class, uh, just because with teaching, I mean, they see your background and they go more for references and the teaching experience that you have. That's not one that I think, um, for education standpoint, is one of the top tools that I would use. Um, but I can definitely see in the dietetics field how important that is. And then you went on to talk about Google Docs and Google Drive and all Google in general. And that is what I picked as well. So, like you said, it allows for collaboration within the field, and you kind of talked about how with a Google Doc or a Google file, doctors, nurses, dietitians, whoever else, nurses, they can all add to a file and kind of see. You can come up with meal plans, uh, whatever you guys do. Um, and, it allows for that collaboration within the field. Um, And so, definitely for me, it is the most important. All of my students have computers and they can use Google. Um, and, I use Google Classroom a lot, which is all my students have access to. I can post assignments, all that good stuff. And then, we can use Google Drive to collaborate on a document. Google Slides, I mean, we don't even use PowerPoint anymore. We just use Google Slides, especially when we have groups, and that way they can all add to the presentation, that sort of thing. So Google is very important in schools. If they don't know an answer, I'm not just going to tell them. They can use their resources to find an answer. Uh, yeah, I think you did a great job once again, and these tools are all important. Um, oh, yeah, sorry about the quote. And I totally agree with you. The quote was, skating where the puck is going to be, um, which is important. We always need to plan for the future, use technology, and get used to it so we know that we're like not behind the times. Our parents always ask us how to do stuff. They're well behind the times. So it's important that we learn how to use all of this technology and actually apply it into our field. And you talked about how it's important to anticipate the changes, and I think that's really key as well. So I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week.